So, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. The day that I'm recording this and the day that this video should come out is Black Friday, and I saw Encanto, which came out on Wednesday the 24th. And since it's Thanksgiving, I am a little late for this video, but nonetheless the review is here now. So, Encanto is about a magical house that a family lives in, and each member of the family has gifts except one, and her name is Maribel. So let me read you every one of the characters. So there is the abuelo, which means grandpa, and he has died. More on that later. Bruno, who has disappeared, but he's kind of like a magician almost. Maribel doesn't have any powers. Julieta, who is the mother of Maribel, and she can heal. Isabel, who can make flowers bloom. Luisa, who is has strength. Para, who can control the weather with her emotions. Camilo, who can switch his appearance, he's a shapeshifter. Dolores, who has really good hearing, and Antonio, who can speak to animals. So right away we're introduced to the story, which the abuela, who is the grandmother, was forced out of her village by people who were taking over the village, and when she did so, her husband, the abuelo, grandfather, was killed by the horsemen, and she needed a miracle because she had 3 kids, and the miracle happened, and the universe gave her this candle that holds magical powers, and the candle built the house, and the house is magical now, and 50 years later the magic is starting to fade away, and Maribel, who doesn't have any powers, is very important to the story because Bruno, who has disappeared now, you don't really know where he is, he's kind of a castaway from the family, had this vision of Maribel kind of tearing the family apart, which she's kind of doing, but she doesn't mean to do. So she needs to find a way to bring the family back together and bring the house back together with the magic. So we're also introduced to Antonio, who is a shy kid, and he is very close to Maribel, and he is going to have an inauguration, really. Which, the inauguration is kind of just a ceremony that they have to find the person, the person's gift, and his gift is the ability to talk to animals, and every single person has a special room. He gets this kind of like treehouse room. It's really cool. It's visually stunning. A lot of things in this movie are just visually beautiful, like Isabel's room or Bruno's room. Isabel, whenever she's on the screen, Isabel is really, really, really good looking because of all the flowers and beautiful colors that are on the screen. So here is when the magic starts fading and the cracks in the house start to show, and Maribel, nobody believes her because they just don't want to. Grandmother is really denying that the magic is fading, and that's revealed why later in the movie, but I won't get into that until spoiler. So Maribel sneaks into Bruno's room, which I said before, Bruno has left the family, so he's kind of castawayed, so you're not supposed to go into that room, but she goes into the room, finds the vision that he saw, and she realizes what, she's doing, and this is where the magic really, really starts fading. People start losing their gifts. And there's one scene in particular where Isabel is going to be proposed to, and that proposal is ruined, and that's important later in the story. Maribel, this is not a spoiler because he's in the trailer, but Maribel goes and finds Bruno. Bruno is still living in the house, and Bruno says, or Maribel tells Bruno to get another vision to tell him how to stop the cracks in the magic fading away. So Bruno sees a vision, and his vision is that Mirabel needs to make up with somebody in the family, or the house will collapse. The person that she needs to make up with is Isabel, because they do not have a good relationship, and it is my belief, this is not said directly in the movie, but I believe that since they do not have a good relationship, that is why the house and family is... The house is a visual of this message. The house is being split apart, so is the family. Isabel and Mirabel do make up, and it is very important because Isabel says about how she wants to do different things. She doesn't want to be proposed. She doesn't want to marry. She just kind of... There's more to her than just her beauty and her gift. Same with Louisa, who has strength. She has a song earlier in the movie, and she explains that there's more to her than just her strength. There's more to people than just their gifts. So that was a message in the movie that I really liked. So I do not think I can go forward now with the summary of the movie without spoiler talk. So go to this time marker on the screen to avoid spoiler talk and my overall thoughts on just the movie basics. Okay, so the spoilers for this movie, there's not a lot because a lot was revealed in the trailers, but of course the house collapses because the magic, almost all of the magic, or not almost, all of the magic is gone, and they have lost all of their gifts. They don't have their gifts anymore. So Mirabel runs away, and the grandmother figures out what she's done wrong, and she's figured out that she's never really treated Mirabel as a member of the family. She's never really accepted her, and also she blames Mirabel and Bruno for things that she's done badly. It's really an emotional scene. And then after that, Bruno is welcomed back into the family, and they rebuild the house, not by the candle. The Encanto candle the magic is never reinstilled. I really like that. I like that Mirabel never got a gift. I like that the family didn't get their gifts back. I feel if they got their gifts back or Mirabel got a gift, it would destroy the whole purpose of the movie. It would destroy the message of the movie, so I really, really liked their decision. Even though it's not really, it is a happy ending, but, they didn't get their gifts back, so it's not really, I really liked the ending, really respected the ending. And also, since Mirabel, I didn't think that Mirabel was supposed to connect with her sister. I think it was supposed to be more the grandmother. And I'm not quite sure, I guess because the magic had already faded, that Encanto was not brought back, but I understand. I do like the decision not to bring the gifts back. Yeah, you see what I mean? Quick spoiler section. So, let's talk about the music. The music was written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, and the music in this movie was really, really, really good. There was only like there was only one song I didn't like, and that was the song sung by Louisa. I did not like that song very much. I don't think it fit the movie it didn't fit the movie at all. Just the style of the song, but the opening song was really good. We Did Not Talk About Bruno was very good. The song that was before the engagement scene was really good. So, and they all fit the movie. They have that, and I really like Spanish music. This film takes place in Colombia, so I really liked the style that Lin-Manuel Miranda went for. It's also better that Lin-Manuel Miranda did not sing those songs, because I don't like his voice at all. I like him as a person, and I like him as an actor, but his voice is just not I don't understand the appeal of his voice. Yeah, so these songs are not better than Moana or other Disney songs, but they will be added to the Disney playlist for sure. I want to talk about the message of the movie. So the message of the movie, I feel, is about being an outcast, not fitting in, but it's not the social aspect that we usually see. This time it's with family. So Mirabel and Bruno are two core characters that really drive this message home. Because Bruno, he alluded to being the weird kid in the family. And I feel like you normally call it a black sheep, but there's one in every family. I am not the one in my family, but there is one in my family. If there's any family members watching, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. That was a good message to have in there and a good lesson to have in there, because even though Mirabel never got a gift, the rest of the family still could connect. They still could be together. And Bruno, there was somebody like this in my family where they were disconnected and they didn't talk to any of their family members or one particular family member for a long time, but in Bruno's case, he didn't talk to anybody for a very long time. But at the end of the movie, he reconnected with his family. So it's kind of just a message of family is very important. And even if you feel like you're an outcast, or even if you feel like you're the weird one, you can still be connected to your family. Overall, Encanto, I would give a 9 out of 10. And here's why. The music is fantastic, except one song. The visual animation is spectacular. This animation, I could see them doing a Zenimation on Disney Plus of the flower. Another thing that I really liked is the house. So much personality went into that house, and you can see it. You can see like the house can make steps slide, or they can wiggle the floorboards or whatever. You know, it's just, it can open their door. So the house, even though it's an inanimate object, it still had a lot of vibrant and characteristics. Same with the water in Moana. I really liked Bruno and Antonio. I thought they were very good characters. Antonio didn't have that big of a part in the movie, even though he was in almost all of the trailers. So that was a little bit disappointing. I mean, he had a semi-big role, but he wasn't a main character like I thought he was going to be. Bruno, loved him. I actually might get the Funko Pop of him because I liked him that much. And he kind of looks like me a little bit. I don't know. It was just something. Sometimes I get a mustache right here, so that was kind of like, you know, oh, that he has a mustache too. He has long hair, so it was kind of like, and that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna give Encanto a 9 out of 10. Now you might be asking, what are some things that you didn't like about them? And it's kind of hard to say, but that one song, and that doesn't take a whole point away, but that one song, I felt there were some plot holes. Like, when the vision said about you need to make up with your sister, and Mirabel did, and it did nothing. So that was a little bit confusing. Anyway, I hope this review helped you if you were on the edge about seeing it. I hope this review informed you a little bit about the movie. And if it did, let me know by hitting that like button and consider subscribing. It would make me a very happy man. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Have a magical day, everybody.